We start tonight with a scene, a number of armored individuals moving towards a cave. The lights of a nearby village can be seen in the night. We can tell by the way they move that they do not intend or desire to be seen. As they get closer, we see the Mons of the Crab Clan. We watch as they enter the cave, hands filled with heavy weapons, tetsubos, long pole arms. One even wields a giant nodachi. As we get a closer look, we realize that these figures can't be too old. In fact, there's a question of whether or not they're old enough to be here alone. We advance forward. We see them wandering through the cave. When all of a sudden, one of them, their head snaps to the sound of moving rock. We see something reach out over one of them, a big hooked claw, and we see it pull. A great cry comes out. We see red glowing eyes from the source of it and clear cries of pain as it begins to snack on the one it's just captured. The other group all look at each other, take their resolve, and they charge it. We get little snapshots of this beast as they fight it. Its gnashing fangs chewing on bits and pieces of whatever one it claims. Misshapen, elongated limbs. Its legs bent backwards, opposite its neck. Far too long for the creature that it is. Its rough green skin and jagged horns. One by one, the crabs go down, until there are 3 left. The 3, all injured to some capacity, look at each other, acknowledge the resolve once more, choosing not to flee but to fight. We watch them all charge the thing. One of them loses their head immediately as its mouth extends and clamps down on it. At this moment, we cut in to see Hiradanzo, Tetsubo in hand, as he raises it and brings it down on the head of this creature, stirring it. Then we see the one with the nodachi raise the great sword over his head with both hands and cut once on its neck. It staggers it. It doesn't quite do the job. We watch the 2 exchange again. The hand reaches out to Danzo, and you watch it claw into Danzo, ripping through his armor. And then finally another strike from the blade and another hit from the Tetsubo, and the Oni is fallen. As the 2 stand together, looking at the mayhem that they'll have to report, all the dead that have fallen here, we hear a voice from behind the 2. No one leaves this cave alive. Unless... And then the voice almost seems to whisper through the cave. One of you addresses the other. The 2 look at each other, and at this point I'm going to ask Cleansing Rain to take over Danzo, as his friend Inu looks back at him. Then we die together. And he drops his blade.
Inu, what is this thing? What are you doing? You heard that? Tell me you heard that.
I did. kill you to get out of here.
It doesn't make sense for neither of us to go on. Certainly there has to be another way. Perhaps we can find something to appease the spirit, or this can't be the only option.
He eyes Denzo a moment. His eyes look down at the blade that he just dropped. So we fight together then.
From what everyone would have been used to seeing Danzo, he definitely seems reluctant to engage in combat. Also, he's not wearing his mask at this time. This is before he's started to wear the mask. Inu, let me be the one. It was my idea to come down here. I knew that I knew it was forbidden, but yet thought I could provide for all of our safety.
We all came down here,
Denzo. The responsibility
Denzo.
lies with me.
We all made our choice. All of us. You hear the voice again. This time, you react, but he doesn't. He says, the voice says, he will move to overpower you. You have but precious moments. Will you act?
He's going to look away for just the briefest of seconds. He'll lift the scarf that he carries or cloth up. And he'll say that I have made my choice. And I will attack Ino.
We watch as Ino was just reaching for his blade again, convinced that the two crab would try to fight their way out of whatever this thing was that spoke to them. But we watch now the scene cutting as we see the Tetsubo raised high over Danzo's head. And we watch Denzo exit the cave alone and covered in blood. We cut to the scene the morning of the Topaz tournament, with Denzo cleaning himself. Is the reflection of the water. You look down, and all looks much like you, save for those red glowing eyes of the Oni that you have seen every day since that event. And with that, we cut in to the game proper. We're going to go ahead and show the great video one more time, one last time, and then we will continue.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the finale of the Topaz tournament, our 8th episode. And before we get underway, I have one matter to address. This is just a monologue from me, for Mayumi. The night before, as you watched the storm quell and come to its end, you realized then this is an omen, not for an immediate concern, but something is coming, something dark. You know that it will be here soon. And with that, we move to the next scene. Everyone has been given their position and placement in the tournament. To name a number of them, we have Yuna marked as the first seed, Shinjo Haruko as the second, Akari as the second, and Shinjo Haruko as the third. We cut into Toritaka Kazumaru, who's been going through the understanding of why. As far as he can tell, he was tied in points with Haruko and Akari, And they go through the tiebreaker rules. Akari was clearly the first one to enter the position of adulthood, and so she would gain the tiebreaker. But for Haruko has nothing that you can see, nothing at all other than she is of a great clan and you are not.
Kazumaru would think in a little bit of shame and a little bit of anger inside. He'll stand poised, and then when the doors close, he would just sort of flip his bed over.
The bed flip? Out of frustration? Yeah. Will you contest it? Do you want to appeal it? Do you want to challenge for some sort of tiebreaker? You know that it is said, given that there are only 13 contestants who have made it, or rather there are 13 contestants who have made it, that 3 seeds, 1, 2, and 3, will be given a bye. Will be given 1 round they don't have to compete.
Yeah. Kazumaru would contest it. And he'd probably lean towards whatever the Wasp clan assist with.
Okay. Who do you appeal to? You could go to the Emerald Champion. You could go to the Grey Crane. You could go to someone else who I haven't thought of, but those would be the 2 more obvious ones, both Crane. Or you could seek aid from another player if you wish, though I should note that all of them are, save one, all of them are contestants in this.
I think he would go to the one where he left the greatest impression with. And I believe it was in the beginning. And it was the one of the crane.
Okay. We will lean on the Grey Crane in this case. Kakito Toshimoku. You see the man dressed in his finest, which is not always how he is dressed. When you first met him, he was quite a bit more casual, especially for a crane. But here, this day, he is dressed in his crane's finest. As you enter, before you speak anything, he says, I presume why you come, but presumptions are a mistake at times. Perhaps it's best why you tell me.
Kazumaru would bow very low and address him as Sama.
He bows in turn. Go ahead.
Your presumption is possibly right. I am here to appeal the decision not to allow me to the Falcon clan to compete. Forgive me. And he'll sort of just wait.
You're well placed within the tournament. I presume you've seen how the tie has worked out.
I did see how that time or the tie worked out. I don't Forgive me in my ignorance. I don't quite understand. I don't see how Haruko-san would have placed higher than me, other than simply for a clan status. I crawled through mud and blood. The Crab Clan chose me to help represent them. And I feel that I have fought from representing those lesser clans. And here I stand before you, O great Transama, asking for your help.
There was a tiebreaker that was done in private. So says the Herald of the Emperor. Now, the Herald of the Emperor, as you and I know, they only speak the truth. Instead, I might suggest simply that it would provide better entertainment to the crowd if the choice was done in front of them.
Your wisdom is beyond my capability. I am humbled in your presence. Thank you. Yes.
This is no small deed, Toitaka-san. You know the Crane are known for their favor trading, and you can tell the moment he says that, he will not challenge your honor by asking if you accept the trade, merely that if you don't protest, he will leave, and the favor of equal magnitude will be owed to him one day.
And Kazumaru will appropriately accept that in the manner in which the Great Crane would expect it.
All right. The Great Crane gives you a bow equal to his station, and then he will depart. We cut forward to the event as all begin to gather. We see all the samurai that have earned their adulthood present, including our friend, the Miyamoto, who has come to support those that he journeyed with this far. Though he was not able to make his adulthood here, he looks far from bothered by it, at least in front of everybody else. The innocent Miyamoto Kazumi. As the Herald speaks, they profess there are two decisions that must be made. Ties that must be determined before we can proceed with the tournament. Shinjo Haruko, Toritaka Kazumaru, please step forward. We have, and emotions, in Kakita-sama's hand. Kakita-san, sorry, wouldn't say sama. Hands. We have a koku. And the figure holds out both hands. Kazumaru-san. Actually, they'll turn to Haruko and say, Haruko-san, would you like to choose, or would you like to pass and have Kazumaru-san choose? She eyes you and nods. This is a choice between losing or someone else winning. And she chooses to offer the potential of someone else to win. So she offers you the choice. Kazumaru, you have before you 2 hands closed equally the same. You have to pick left or right.
Kazumaru would use perhaps an appropriate skill. I feel like, would he know how heavy this thing would be in the hand?
For one that is a warrior, it might present as identical. You can give me an investigation and awareness in this case. Because it's about whether or not this person shows any sign of failure.
I don't have an investigation. I do have awareness. Would it be awareness?
Unskilled. Yeah.
Did we earn a void point at all this episode?
You would have
Yes.
for the night.
Yeah. Everyone got a void point overnight.
Kazumaru will use his void point to see if he could tell.
Okay. Are you using that to make yourself skilled or to add a 1 keep 1?
I think it will make it skilled.
Okay, so you don't have to tick unskilled then.
That is a 25.
But that 3 keep 3 was actually unskilled. So 26. You are left to a guess, my friend. If this was a scorpion, they might be skilled in this, but not this Kikita. It is simply their awareness. They put on a great face.
In that case, he'll go with.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll 1 keep 1. Right is 6 to 10. Wait, did I get that right? Yeah, 6 to 10, and 1 to 5 is left. Oh. It has been decided, you know immediately as the hand opens, that you've chosen wrong. And the herald speaks. Shinjo Haruko is the 3rd seed. Toritaka Kazumaru is the 4th. On the matter of the 2nd tie, we have Matsu Chiharu and Akoto Takashi. May you both step forward, please.
She steps forth.
It took me longer to get than I thought. I heard she steps forth. I didn't hear the Takashi. It started with she steps forth. I'm like, are you role-playing Matsu Chiharu now? What's going on? So Chiharu steps forward. Chiharu steps forward alongside Takashi. And Chiharu will look to Takashi. Takashi-san, I know not who will be seated against in this competition. If you wished the higher seed, the Matsu will follow the Akoto once more. But I am unaware of who faces who.
In that case, I will take your offer.
Mm-hmm.
Yakoto will take the 7th seed.
Chiharu looks to you and then looks back and says, the Matsu will follow the Akodo once more. And with that, we have determined that Akodo Takashi is 7th and Matsu Chiharu is 8th. And at this point, I will send the bracket to the player list.
I'm gonna regret this decision.
This takes a second to do, but it will be coming in very shortly. As I'm doing so, I'm going to cut over to give a couple of people we haven't seen on screen yet. We're going to go ahead and give Chiharu and let's do Chiharu and Akari a moment.
So Akari would be, standing there. She's not usually one to speak first, but she would kind of look at Chiharu and assuming they're just standing near each other.
Yeah, maybe in the crowd there's a moment, that sort of thing, as people shift or wander.
Congratulations.
Sorry, I said Chiharu, didn't I?
Yeah.
I totally meant Yuna. That was my bad. I was trying to buy myself time. That's why you're
Okay.
frozen and confused. I meant Yuna. Yeah. Yeah. This is what happens when you play too many L5R games over years. Is there was once a Doji Chiharu that I used to play with a long time ago.
Got it. In that case, yeah. In that case, Akari is probably standing a little ways away with her arms crossed.
So I think Yuna would probably be the first one to speak up at this point. Yoko-san, it appears that we both made it.
It would
Top
appear
3.
so. Yes. Top 3 indeed.
We've certainly come a long way since we first met.
As have you.
I imagine we both proved a lot of people wrong in this tournament.
She kind of looks and nods slowly, kind of searching Yuna's face for... She's basically prepared to be the punchline of a joke, because that's usually how it's been with Yuna, so she's kind of just like waiting for the other shoe to drop. I don't know how Yuna would come across.
Yuna definitely has that sort of trademark little snarmy smirk on her face, but her words are genuine, if saccharine.
Yeah. So I think she would just say, no clever quips today, just congratulating a fellow contestant.
I know that it is fun and it is easy to be clever and abrasive. But one must acknowledge something good when they see it. We both did really well. And we both had people who figured that we would cheat or scratch our way to the top. But we both got here purely of our own merits, without anything underhanded.
Bakari smiles a little, nods. Indeed we did.
Whatever happens, congratulations, Yoko-san. You earned your
Congratulations,
mask.
Doji-san. You intend to compete then in the tournament?
Of course.
Very good.
Can't let people down. I might be out in the second round, but she looks at the bracket. But we'll see. And if there's a chance, we may even see each other in the finals. Won't that be exciting?
It would. It certainly would. I would relish the opportunity to see who has the upper hand in the end.
We'd certainly give them a show. That's for sure.
There's one thing we're both good at.
Quite so. See you at the end. Yes?
Do you... She kind of... The expression falters for just a second.
I think in that moment, Doji kind of cocks her head and raises an eyebrow ever so slightly.
Tell me, honestly, do you ever get tired?
Sort of lean forward, making you say what you're truly thinking.
I may wear a mask in the more obvious sense, but we all wear one.
Courtly life is full of hiding behind your fan and your words. Sometimes. We all have our place in Rokugan society, and every conversation is a test. You're right, we are the same. Do we get tired? I can't afford to. Some conversations just end up being more earnest and sincere than others.
She nods. Well, if you haven't already heard the rumors, you have then.
Oh, I hear lots of rumors. You'd have to be more specific.
About me.
Once again.
Of course. If you do hear anything, catch wind of anything, I always have information to trade. Don't expect anything for free, but...
Of course. Speak freely.
And with that, the announcement calls interrupting just short of the scene. Mayumi versus Moto Batu.
Muramoto would have been patting Batu's shoulders, going, "All right, you got this. Look at that armor. Look at that armor. Visualize yourself in that armor. You got this. I believe in you."
I don't think this is fair.
Just see yourself in that armor. See yourself and make it so. Positive mindset, Butter. You got this.
Right. I just, yeah.
No, say it with conviction.
Topaz
There you-
Champion.
You see as you pass both Utaku Midori and Shinjo Haruko, they both give you nod of respect. Batu.
He'll return it to them.
Mayumi, as you pass by Shiba Sukune, she says, regardless of what happens, Asako-san, you have honored yourself and our clan with your success here today.
Mayumi will actually look to and actually bow and then kind of momentarily taken aback by the words of wisdom will say, I have disrespected you for your love of honor and guarding our clan in the way that I would often notice your way as a warrior in terms of taking care of your extension of yourself, your sword and your weapon. These past couple of hours or so before even coming to this tournament, after the events of the night before, I would like to thank you for teaching me to this point.
I helped you as you helped me, Asako-san. Do your best.
I think you have helped quite well, and I shall. I have a strong opponent, a warrior who is a moving mountain.
Perhaps large and slow.
So I should aim for the knees. Understood. And
she winces at that and says, just get your sword out first. Be the first to draw your sword, and the strike will follow. Don't lose sight of that. You're drawing first blood, not aiming to kill.
Mayumi will nod and bow once more, and all you can hear is as she whispers by, looking for the D.
All right, folks. So we move to Aijutsu dueling. This is our first time ever doing this, which is kind of why I wanted to get 2 player characters to do it. I think that'll be a good tutorial. There are 3 stages. You might have seen this if you have a focus in any of them. There's an assessment phase where you'll roll against each other, and based on what you roll and what you raise, you get a series of questions you can ask your opponent. Things like, what's their void? What's their reflexes? What's their ijutsu skill? Now, this isn't super useful to you in a tournament like this, but in a real duel, assessment phase is a really good phase to realize that you're fighting someone immensely more capable than you. And it's not dishonorable to simply bow out after assessment if you realize you are in an unwinnable duel. Of course, in a tournament, no such assessment phase would necessarily be required. You could do it without an honor loss, but you are expected to compete. Still, there is pragmatism in not drawing the sword when it's not needed. After this assessment phase, there's the focus. Swords remain at the sides. They remain not drawn. The focus is gathering your own capability. Where the assessment phase was Ijutsu awareness, this phase is Ijutsu and void. you'll roll void rolls against each other, and basically this can determine who gets first strike and who wins. Then finally there's a strike. So assessment, focus, strike. In the strike phase, you'll make an Ijutsu versus reflexes roll in order of who gets to strike first and who gets to strike second. This is both of you still trying to draw at the same time. So it's not like I do this and you do that. It's all happening at the same time. But once that blade is landed from the first strike, the second opponent is not expected to connect. Like in a battle to first strike, the first one to land is the successful opponent. So, if everyone is ready, we are simply tracking Ijutsu, and in round 1 it'll be Ijutsu awareness, in round 2 it'll be Ijutsu and void, in round 3 it's Ijutsu and reflexes. So, let's go ahead and do the assessment roll. You're going to make, both of you are going to make an Ijutsu awareness roll against a TN equal to, and there's some math here, but I'll help you all out because you pretty much all have the same amount, equal to 10 plus their opponent's insight rank times 5. Guess what? You're all rank 1. So 10 plus 5, 15 is your target number. If successful, you get to ask the opponent one of the following pieces of information. Or actually, it says a duelist roll reveals any one of the following pieces of information, plus an additional piece of information per raise. So if you'd like to know more than one thing, you can raise that 15 up to 20, 25, 30 to know more things about your opponent.
Gotcha. And remind me again to do the. So I'm rolling you to roll it as awareness. I change the trait, a little drop down thing to awareness, and then just roll it, right?
Yeah. And you want to call what you're asking for first. If you're raising or not raising, all that has to happen before you roll. I will remind you that if you raise and you fail, there is a consequence to failing. The winning character gains a bonus of 1 keep 1 to the focus roll. So whoever wins the assessment phase gets a plus 1 keep 1 to the focus roll. That's just the higher dice, the higher success.
I don't plan on racing anything.
Okay. Just a quick question, just to reconfirm what he said. So on the Ijutsu, we have the skill, and then right beside it is the trait. We changed the trait that it usually is into
Awareness.
different trait? Is that
Yeah.
awareness? Okay.
Yep. Yep. And then I'll ask, so we'll go through this one at a time. Batu,
Yes.
are you making any raises?
I am
TN's
not making
15.
raises, no.
Okay. Mayumi, are you making any raises? No. Do either of you change your mind? No.
I'm good.
Okay. In that case, you both can make your awareness, your assessment rolls.
And then we gotta pick what I want to ask her first, right?
Nope.
Nope. Right. Oops. Oops.
The good news is, my friend, that you succeeded, just barely. Mayumi succeeded, will be the victor of these two, but you both only get one piece of information. Let me just see. Okay, I should note that it's only when someone beats the other person's roll by 10 or more. So the fact that Mayumi just barely beat it by 10 or more, she's going to get the plus 1 keep 1. If it was closer, you wouldn't get any bonus. We'll start with Mayumi, because you're the victor. What would you like to ask? You can ask what his void is, what his reflexes is, what his Ijutsu is, any Ijutsu emphasis the opponent may possess, the current number of void points the opponent has available, or the opponent's current wound level, which we can assume everyone's healed.
Mayumi is a smart cookie. Obviously, she just said aim for. Sorry, that was me. That was just me being
It's okay. Need to focus.
But it's hard because it's in her mind he's like a centaur, like he will just go for it. So I think what she's going to try to assess would be what is his weakest point
S-
between his agility or
reflexes, no agility in this list.
okay.
Reflexes is likelihood of attacking first. The next phase uses void or Ijutsu skill. Those would be your three best. If you'd like to pass, I can go through bot 2 and then come back to you real quick. I just want to keep this moving though.
What is your void? I would like to know the void, actually.
My void's at 2.
Okay, that's mine.
Batu, what are you going to ask?
I want to know her reflexes.
Reflexes 2? Okay. All right, we move to the focus stage now. These will be Ijutsu rolls. Again, focus, Ijutsu and void, with a focus emphasis if you have it. If one duelist beats the other duelist by 5 or more, the duelist earns the right to make the first strike. I will note that Mayumi gets a +1 keep 1 rolled and kept on this roll. If you gain a free raise towards strike for every additional increment of 5 by which you beat your opponent's roll. And if neither duelist beats the roll by at least 5, then a simultaneous karmic strike takes place. Ooh. So, with that in mind, Ijutsu and void.
Sorry for the roll one, keep one. Do we just? That's not a modifier, is it? Or
It's a modifier. 1 keep 1. Yep. I'm just gonna test something. It's a roll modifier of 1 and a keep modifier of 1.
all right. I'll use that for this roll.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I have to.
All right. When you're ready.
I would also like to use one of my void points for this one.
Okay. Click use void.
Oh, no. Okay, don't roll. I thought I rolled, but I didn't. Okay. Okay, and I will use one of my void.
Yep. Go ahead and make the roll. Whew. Those were some dice. We have a 34 for Batu and Mayumi a 19. Lots of ones on Mayumi's roll, which is never fun to see. Batu, you win by, what are we talking here? It's exactly 15, yes? Am I counting that correct? Okay, so on the focus roll, you made contested Ijutsu rolls. If one duelist beats the other roll by 5 or more, the duelist earns the right to make first strike. You gain free raises towards your strike roll for every additional increment of 5 by which you beat your opponent. So you get 2 free raises here. Batu. So Batu, we move to the strike phase. Batu, you've earned first strike. This is Ijutsu reflexes. And this against no one is wearing armor here. So the armor TN is simply their reflexes. What is it? Reflexes times +5? Is that what it is? I think it's reflexes times 5 + 5. So you don't know exactly what you need to hit Mayumi, but you do get 2 free raises on this.
And how did we calculate the races again? Sorry.
What's that?
How do we add the races to the roll?
I believe with 2 that goes. The first one's, I think you go kept until they're max, and then it goes rolled from there. So you would add 2 unkept dice to roll, if memory serves. Does anyone remember? I'm getting addition mixed up. Does anyone know that off the top of their head? I feel I've done like 3 editions of L5R. And I'm playing in 2. Does anyone know what free raise is? In 4th
I thought
edition?
free raise just lowered the TN.
It's possible. That's why I'm verifying.
It should lower the D10. It
Okay.
basically would offset any raises you would make.
So essentially, Mayumi will have to raise twice in order to be on par with whatever Batu rolls.
That's right. I think you get options, and one of those options, Batu, probably your best bet in this case. You could you could use those free raises towards damage, which you're probably not aiming to do, or you can use the free raises to lower the TN by 10, making it almost impossible not to.
I'll raise it so that it's easier for me to hit.
Okay.
So I just found it. It said a character.
It's okay.
Some mechanical effects. Okay.
Yeah, I think we got it. So in this case, Batu, you're lowering the TN by 10. Go ahead and make your Ijutsu reflexes roll here. Ho ho! Wow, that was a low roll. However, with a lowered TN, I will consult Mayumi's sheet now and tell you whether you passed or not. As Mayumi goes to move, we see Batu's strike come out far faster as the sword leaves his side. We see it graze by Mayumi. Batu, we're going to get you to roll damage and half it. It's a katana. Do you have the katana on your sheet?
I have a scimitar on my sheet.
Ah, you're not using a scimitar, my friend. What is your strength? 3?
My what, sorry?
Your strength.
It's 3, yeah.
Your strength.
So my strength is 3 as well, yeah.
Okay. So roll 6k3.
So many different stuff.
Just type 6k3 in the chat and hit enter.
Just 6k3, okay.
Okay. 34 halved. Still considerable damage. Mayumi, you take a pretty fierce strike from this rebated weapon. 17 will move you into nicked, as noted on the wounds on your sheet. So you feel the sting of the strike just as you're about to pull, and you know at that point, Mayumi, you have lost. The respectful thing to do here is to bow.
Mayumi will bow. They concede. They did lose. Although there is a bit of a fire or a flame that kind of surrounds her a little bit as she bows.
Good.
I think for once Batu will actually perform a proper bow, and it's to her.
Okay. Interesting. And noted by the GM. All right. We will move down to the bottom side of the bracket with the innermost one. We move to Utaku Midori versus Hida Danzo. Midori has a different demeanor about her than before. One, she's not on the verge of having to follow through with her seppuku. 2, I think she's grateful for those that aided her. And so, though her face still is resting angry by default, she gives a low, respectful bow to Danzo.
He would like to. Can I address her at this moment, or is this only courtesy?
You are welcome to. Just keep them like within reason. You know what I mean? It's not going to be a conversation.
Super short.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You well enough to fight?
The Asahina Shugenja saw to my wounds last night. I am prepared.
Good. Then I shall not hold back.
I would not wish you to.
Stance.
All right. So with this, we move into the assessment phase as noted prior. Get back to what I need. Okay. So we are doing Ijutsu and awareness rolls. I would like to know if you are raising for additional information. Otherwise, you just get one thing from...
No.
She too will not be raising. Alright, so Ijutsu, and then just set your sheet to Ijutsu awareness. And then go ahead and make the roll. Within 5. There will be no bonus given to the focus round, if memory serves. Total of their opponents by 10 or more, then you gain plus one keep one. So no one gets a one keep one here, even though she beats Danzo slightly. She wants to know Danzo's reflexes.
2.
What would you like to know? And let me know if you need a reminder, what you can ask.
I probably need a reminder, but I think that I would like to ask what the Ijutsu is.
1. All right, so we move on to... Sorry, go ahead.
You were about to say it.
Yeah, we move on to the focus phase. This is now Ijutsu and Void, with the focus emphasis if you have it. In this, no one's getting a bonus. You get to roll against one another, and if one beats their opponent by 5 or more, you get to go first. Otherwise, it's a karmic strike if they get within each other. And both would move to strike at the same time.
Do we declare raises?
This is just straight here. This is the one where you get free raises, so there's almost no reason to bother. There's no risk there. All right. When you're ready, you can make the roll, and I will do the same. This is Void Ijutsu.
And am I allowed to use a void point as well?
You may.
I am.
I will note that your opponent aims to do the same. No 10 or more, but 5 or more from her. Somehow. So she will get first strike. She needs to beat a 15 with this. Danzo. You can see that her blade is coming out first. Now I am curious, as you move towards certain elimination, do you bother to withhold your strike?
To withhold it? To not carry through with it at all?
I will tempt you with one thing further. Do you hear the voice? You're not strong enough on your own. I can help you here. You know how this works.
He will, in the briefest of seconds, seem to be gathering himself, and then when he opens back up, he's got the red in his eyes. As he gives in to it, listens to the voice.
Roll 1, keep 1. 1K1. And we will add this to your 23. You know what? That's not dramatic enough. I'm going to get you a reroll, but at the cost of a void and the cost of the power once more. Yeah.
Okay. Ijutsu. No emphasis. Roll modifier and keep modifier go up to 1.
That's perfect. Two of you will strike at the same time. This is a reflexes and Ijutsu roll to strike. Now this is to first strike, even though both are striking, both will deal damage. The higher roll will automatically strike first. I will note that the Utaku, the horse riders in general, are known for their reflexes. So she likely has not the norm. The power still remains for your invoking, if you wish to invoke a third time.
We can't turn back now.
Okay.
So Ijutsu reflexes.
And then add one, keep one to the roll modifier, one to the keep modifier.
There's some zeros.
Okay. You both strike. I want you... Do you have a katana set up on your sheet for equipment? If not, that's okay.
No, I have a daisho and a tetsubo.
Okay. So, I want you... What's your strength?
3.
Okay. Right now, it's 4. I want you to make a... What's your 3 keep 2? So, 4... I want you to make... Just type 7K2 in the chat. Oh, that would have been a lot worse if that 10 showed up. Okay. Hers is later than yours, but not so much that it would be seen as a fault. This is, if you're familiar with certain sports, this is not considered late to the hit, so to speak. This is almost timed exactly. And though your strikes are about equal measure, yours was faster. You withdrew at the last minute, the feeling, the sensation of blood. You wanted her dead for a moment. But not really. Something wanted her dead. You may raise your corruption by 3.
I assume the corruption works on the same, like, points.
Yeah, points and rank. Yeah. Do let me know should you ever surpass that magical 1. So. Hiradanzo, or something perhaps inside him, is the victor this day. Utaku Midori bows to you. Kind of like uncertain. She's like, I swore I had him. You know, like there was this moment where it looked like she was moving faster than you, and then all of a sudden you were the quicker strike. We move to our second to last combat of round 1, or duel of round 1. Akoto Takashi versus Kakira Saburo.
Akoto Takashi arrives to the stage, but there's something different about him. For one, he's wearing a half mask in the shape of a golden lion's maw with these large fangs I point out. And in between these fangs is a white feather. It is a very provocative statement, but a statement nonetheless.
Saburo, always friendly, seems less so as he notes the provocative display from Takashi. Instead, he steps into that famous stance that they're known for. Moving to a knee as he does so.
That Takashi would just say as before the call is made. Know that I have not come here to be Topaz champion. I've come here for one reason and one reason only. To restore honor to my clan and beat yours at their own game. And he takes up a similar looking stance, but slightly different. It is clear he has certainly taken some, if not lessons, some readings of some Crane duelist stances, and has merged it in a way with his own stance.
You see Saburo, then he nods to you, and he says, "Show me then, Akoro-san, of the lion's impatience." And with that, we move into assessment phase. Ijutsu awareness. TN is equal to 15 for both of you. I will note that he will be raising once on this one.
Takashi will not be raising.
He will be raising twice on this one, actually.
Okay. Takashi is not concerned with learning about his opponent, only beating him. Out of curiosity... No, this doesn't count because I'm not attacking. But I will get it on my strike. Alright. So...
You can get it as far as your focus as well. Just not before, not in the assessment.
Just not for the assessment.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. As well, I note, Takashi has Heart of Vengeance Crane. He gets one, keep one to all contested rolls against a member of the Crane Club. Alright, and this first one is... Awareness?
This first one is awareness, correct?
Awareness.
I will note that he also has an emphasis, and he'll be raising twice.
I will note, Takashi also has an emphasis in assessment.
Okay.
Awareness. Jutsu awareness. One, keep one. Emphasis.
He needs to get a 25 to make his number.
Hold on, I don't think that re-rolled the one. Oh.
It does. It puts it at the end. If it says with emphasis, it did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It would have tagged it. It just looks different. My god-awful roll means he failed assessment. And you succeeded. Perhaps you threw him off his game.
That was the intent.
And now we move to the focus. 1920. Oh, you're one off getting a bonus here. Actually, you need to beat him by 10. Never mind. I wouldn't have.
And he beat him by 10. Not enough.
So he gets no questions. You may ask him one.
Okay. I can already assume his jutsu is high, if not the same as mine. My cat just knocked something over. We're gonna go for what are his reflexes.
His reflexes are 3.
Then it shall be a fair fight. Alright.
Now we move to focus, Jutsu and Void.
Jutsu Void. Takashi has a focus in this as well, an emphasis in this.
As does Saburo. For this, we are simply rolling this. There wasn't any major bonus.
Yep.
So this is just a flat roll versus both of you.
Out of curiosity, would I get my my lion, Way of the Lion, because it does count as an attack.
What is the way of the lion again?
Specifically,
lower
you may
the
either
TN.
ignore a portion of the
Yeah.
armor's TN.
No, that is just the strike. I'm sorry, I thought you meant Heart of Vengeance, but
Okay,
no.
never mind.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is only for attack rolls. Cool.
Yeah. Remember to set your emphasis on before you roll. And
Yeah,
when you're ready,
emphasis is on.
give me the roll.
No tens? God damn it. I beat him by 4,
Yeah.
that's not enough.
The good news is you both rolled like hot garbage. So for the roll, for what you had, no tens on either side.
No.
So 19 to 14. That is 5 though. Yes.
Oh no, that is 5. That's right, I did math wrong.
You, sir, will get the first strike. Just barely get the first strike.
And now it is time to end this. Reflexes, correct?
Yes.
Jutsu reflexes. This is an attack, so I can... Hold on. With a lion, you can either ignore a portion of the armor's TN derived from armor. He's not armored.
Correct. Or
So I
get a
just get
free,
a free
raise.
raise.
So you get to reduce his
Oh,
TN
so
to be
it's
hit.
the same. So
Yeah.
it reduces TN.
So you only have to hit a 10 to hit him. Correction.
It's time.
Hold on. Correction. He has reflexes 3. So you have to hit it. Yeah, you have to hit 15 to hit.
A 15.
Yeah.
Alright. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if we both fucking miss? Alright. So, as this is an attack, lower the difficulty. This is not a skirmish. I get roll 1, keep 1 from Heart of Vengeance. And I do I get emphasis for katana, though it is in Kenjutsu?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. You would if the fight continued on into a Kenjutsu match after?
Alright. Let's go. This is it. For all the marbles.
TN 15. And you do it.
29.
And then some. Alright. What is your strength, sir?
Strength is 2.
Okay.
Though I have 3 in Kenjutsu, so I increase my damage with the katana by keep 1. Just
So
1.
5, keep 3 is what you're rolling. Just write
So
5k3
not keep-
in chat.
5k3, okay.
And that's half of this is what you deal in damage.
Yep.
Which is
Ooh.
not a lot. So you managed to just graze him, but we see like the anime, like slight bit of blood like on him.
Yeah.
And he's surprised. He's surprised he lost, but he will bow to you. And he'll walk off before any words can be said. Not in such a way. His etiquette, he has etiquette, so not in such a way that it's like a major embarrassment, but just meaning that basically leaving you in a position where you would have to call after him if you wanted to say anything.
Yeah. I think in either case, he doesn't need to say anything. His actions have said all the words he needs. As he does the cleaning the blade, the blood of his blade before putting it back into its sheath.
So we have 2 brackets left, and one will be moved to during the break. We have one more player bracket that we'll focus on, and I'll roll the other one while we're on a brief break. The next match is Shiba Sukune versus Toritaku Kazumaru. You know the opponent you face. They're known, the Shiba are known for their protective focus over Shugenja. And I think they're armorless in most cases. They're known for skill with a katana in most cases. We move Tone to the focus stage, or the assessment stage rather. Your target number is simply 15 plus any raises you might make to know additional information. This is awareness in Ijutsu. I will note that she will not be raising.
I think I will raise.
Okay.
And just an awareness?
Yep, so your target number will be 20 if you're raising once.
All right. Yes. I'll be rolling an awareness, not an Ijutsu in this one. Right?
Ijutsu awareness. So you're changing the trait from whatever you had Ijutsu set to before to awareness in the drop down list. Yep.
Yep.
And then you'll be rolling.
For some reason, I can't seem to reopen my sheet. There we are. Okay. Here he comes. Oh, no.
Fortune favors those who go against Bob's dice this eve. You have won by 5, but you failed. Actually, you failed. You failed to meet your 20. She also failed to meet her 15. So we go into this blind. If you could kindly change your Ijutsu now to void as your trait that you'll be rolling against. As we move to focus. Now this is a contested roll that matters. You are doing Ijutsu Void. The higher roll here. If you win by 5 or more, you gain a free raise towards your strike phase.
Okay. There you go.
17.
17.
25. Sakune's rolls Bob's dice, though they fail to hit a 10 once more. Do you exceed Tone's dice of 17? This gives her not enough for a free raise, but it does give her a chance at first strike. This is Ijutsu and reflexes. Let me just make sure Ijutsu set to...
Focused. In. Go.
Oh, sorry. You do. She gets first strike on you because of the last roll.
Oh, I thought
Because her roll beat yours by so much. So she needs to... We'll keep your roll in case this goes down this way. But she needs to beat a TN of 20. And she doesn't get any bonuses here. So if she fails this roll, it then goes to you. Oh god.
I think I got decapitated.
Luckily, extra dice explosions here are not the same as dice explosions in... But her blade moves so fast that there's like a couple of gasps from the crowd. And I'm just going to deal her damage here. 7. So it's just enough. You feel the cut across your face, and there's just a slight bit of blood that trickles down. And she will bow to you. It seems in this case, her sword obsession has paid off. But I have a question for Kazumaru. The thought fills your mind of how perhaps if things were fair, perhaps you would be in a different position here. Perhaps you would have been fighting no one this round, and instead waiting to fight Hida Denzo in the next. Do you feel wronged by this?
This is the life of the lesser clan.
We watch as Kazumaru does his best probably to hide any sort of showing of emotion, because emotions are evil and bad and totally not acceptable in public forums. Do you do well to hide your emotion?
Yeah, Kazumaru is... He has done a lot of that soul searching based on his study. And so he's able to hold it steady, and he'll just toss his bet again in private. So he bows.
All right, folks. With that, we're going to go ahead and go to a BRB. When we're back from the break, I'll have resolved Bayushi Dairu and Matsuchaharu, as well as any other NPC versus NPC fights, of which there seems to be very little coming up, so that we can cruise through round 2. Thanks for hanging on, and we will get, of course, to Yogo Akari and Doji Yuna and their fights that we have not yet seen. Stay tuned, and we'll be back in 5. And we're back from break. Welcome, everybody. All right, so we follow next. The next bout is Bayushi Dairu versus Matsuchaharu. We see both, by the way they stand, are familiar with Ijutsu. So it seems every contestant that's arrived this far at least had 1 point in Ijutsu. I would have pointed out to everybody. It would be clear if they didn't. We see Dairu and Chaharu as they focus. The line says, "Honor will be the victorious this day, Scorpion-san." And Dairu smiles and says, "We compete for the Emperor and our clans. Best of luck, Matsu-san." And she's, "I don't need luck, Bayushi-san." We watch as they focus, and then we see Dairu strike far faster than her. But we watch the tip of the blade just miss her. And we watch his painful awareness that he has this realization that he has failed the strike as her blade connects with his midsection and sends him off his feet. And we have our first failed strike for the night. For a moment, Dairu's youth becomes that much more obvious. One who's skilled in Ijutsu shouldn't have such blunders. It's embarrassing, if not for the fact that his opponent is far better. Which brings us to one of the two or three folks we haven't seen, and we'll do these in reverse order. Nah, I don't want to do that. I want to see some of our roleplay. So we're going to go ahead and go down to Akoto Takashi versus Yogo Akari in round 2. And if you want to follow along, in case you're just showing up here, I'll send the link out again so you can watch what's happening with the bracket. We have, for round 2, Akoto Takashi versus Yogo Akari, Shinjo Haruko versus Hida Danzo, Morobatu versus Shiba Sakune, and Doji Yuna versus Matsuchaharu. Akari and Takashi.
Takashi looks greatly conflicted. He doesn't wear his mask.
Kari, I think, seeing actually seeing that, she is going to take off her mask and put it to the side.
There, of course, are some dramatic gasps from the crowd of common folk.
But she'll do her bow and say, it's an honor to compete with you. I do regret that we haven't had a chance to speak prior to now.
You are just as beautiful as the day I first met you. And then he kind of realizes what he just said and goes, that was not my apologies. He bows his head.
No need. Thank you, Akura-san.
If you asked, I would. That is, if you. I do not know why. You are important. You are more than anything, more than anyone I have ever met. If you asked, I would forfeit.
You can see she looks conflicted. Everything in everything I've been taught tells me I should accept that. But I feel that would do you a disservice. So I will not ask that of you.
He bows his head.
She does the same.
And we move to assessment phase.
And a question.
Yes.
Is using spells okay?
Super no.
Super no? Okay. So if they're memorized and we do it stealthily.
If it's done in front of the eyes of what's here, like right now, there will be a contested roll. There is a Homo Shugenja within the Imperial ranks that you would be aware of.
Okay.
And they would have the potential to cite it, as would DM of Revan, or anyone with spellcraft as a...
Right.
Yeah.
Would there have been any way to cast prior with any stealth?
Is
What
if
I'd
the
have to call that.
if the duration allowed for it, I will give you one. I'll give you one go at this because of the way we've been structuring. I'm fine with it. I think as long as it's not like it has to fit what makes sense here. If there's anything magical in quality about it, it would have to be a subtle spell. If it's like a rippling blade of fire, you know what I mean? It's like,
I was what I was going to do, the thing that I would try to do would be the same, like striking the storm one that I've used a couple of times now to up defense is the main.
Oh, it raises your defense? Is that what it does? Yeah, I think that's fair.
Because
what's the duration?
Yeah.
The same?
3 rounds.
Perfect. So this would be something, I will give you this. There's a point where you probably walk over to your daimyo, or rather your clan champion and his wife. I will give you an awareness roll before you cast this.
Okay.
Awareness courtier. Throws you for a loop for a moment, but as you look up and this is the closest you've been to Shishiro or Bayushi Kachiko. Since you were maybe 5 years ago, was the first time you met her. She is known for her beauty. As you get a little bit closer, there's a moment where you look at her, despite her mask, despite her clothing, you're not so sure that's Bayushi Kachiko.
Interesting.
And now you
She
may,
notes it.
yeah, and now you may do your spell under the guise of bowing to your clan champion, which gives you a moment to whisper.
Cool.
Anyone in observation may watch, but you will need to raise the number of times Akari raises if you have the spellcraft skill. Otherwise, you don't notice.
So I'm rolling spellcraft.
The Otomo does not notice. The question is, do any of the player characters? You may roll on the side, folks, and just let me know later if you do. But we will move on to the assessment phase. Nope. Nope for Mayumi. So we proceed. You have successfully stealthed your skill.
Cool. Yay. So the result of that is a plus 20 armor TN. So my armor TN will be a 40 instead of.
Yeah. All right. We move on to assessment now. Both of you, awareness and Ijutsu. So you're going to change your Ijutsu skill to an awareness.
And if we don't have Ijutsu, is it just awareness unskilled?
Awareness unskilled.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay.
Takeshi's off his game.
He's off his fucking game.
Akari, you do indeed get one piece of information. You may ask him his void, his current void, his reflexes, his Ijutsu skill. If he has an Ijutsu emphasis, you can ask him to name one or what his current void is. Or their wound level, but wounds will be healed. By the way, anyone who suffered wounds from the last one, you will be healed by Shugenja before you.
I think she would reflexes is what she'd want to know.
3.
3?
Yep. All right, and we move to the focus phase. Now, you didn't beat him by 10, so you don't get a +1, keep 1. Instead, this is just Ijutsu and Void, or Void unskilled if you don't have Ijutsu.
Yeah, I think that's actually impossible for me to beat that.
How much he beats this by, though?
True.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Because
can
that's determine what kind of bonus I get.
How do I? Oh, there we go. Okay. There's nowhere to press unskilled.
In the Void roll?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just watch for extra 10s and ignore them, if that makes sense. All right. So he beats you by 17, yes? So he gets 2 free raises on this and gets to act
That's
first.
on top of the raise I get for being of the way of the lion.
Yes. So you can reduce
So
your
I think
armor.
I need to roll.
Strike. If you wish.
All right. That's a good question. What is now that Akari's not?
Well,
Oh,
you're
what
cut
is her
now.
expression? Yeah, I know. But now that Akari's not wearing their mask, what is her expression?
She looks kind of focused, pretty much kind of bracing herself. Almost like she would be if she would be scared if she were not already accepting that this is probably gonna be a loss and it's probably gonna hurt.
Alright.
But she's kind of more accepting.
Okay then. But there's not like any fear or hesitation beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of
Okay.
very slight. Very slight.
I think in that case, I would like to remove the way of the line technique as he is not using his technique for this. He's hesitating slightly. So one
Alright,
less
then.
free raise.
TN30.
TN30. This is for all the marbles. Emphasis. Is there any bonuses I get? Just the free raises. That's it.
Yep.
Right. Let's go. That's a lot of ones. That's not a success. He misses.
Even at 25, you are completely off your game. You realize as you move to strike, as your blade goes about halfway out, you just feel yourself like completely lose your form, your structure. Everything goes out the window. And you slow as we see whether Akari manages to land the strike on you here.
Okay.
So you are rolling Ijutsu reflexes or reflexes without, explosions. And you're trying to hit Takashi's 20 is to hit.
So can I
Spend
use, if I use a void, can I make it not unskilled?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna use a void point and just make it.
Ooh.
Quite.
The romance might say, that, the stories, the poems might say that both didn't desire to hit each other. In reality, it was only Takashi that failed to hit from his desire, and it was Akari that failed to hit from her lack of training in Ijutsu. We move into
It seems.
Yeah.
Okay.
We move into
It seems like they both missed on purpose, but they were both trying to hit. They both failed.
We do an initiative round now. We are now in Kenjutsu. Your swords are out. Both of you have failed to hit.
What's the roll?
So you
button?
I thought there was. I was just about to ask if anyone sees it on the sheet. Just pull open an NPC.
Initiative, is it
There's an-
insight rank plus reflexes, I think it says.
Yeah, do you have to roll it manually or is there a button?
I think you might have to roll it manually, but it has the formula at the bottom of the initiative area, I believe.
Yeah, so just
Okay, so it's just
you can just copy and paste that or write 3, if you have 3 keep 2, you'd write 3K2 and then just roll it. And it will say that under your initiative area. It'll tell you what your, for example, Dairu has 3K2 plus 0.
okay.
Alright.
3.
4.
So just 4K. So mine's 4K3 plus 0. So I just put that.
Yeah, and you don't even have to add the plus 0. You can just do 4K3 if it's a plus 0.
That's a 40.
All right, we go back to Takashi. You failed to hit Akari the first time.
Alright.
What will you do?
Now, it is time for the Kenjutsu.
Okay.
So, this doesn't count as a skirmish, right?
Technically, it would be at this point.
Okay. So, as part of the Way of the Lion, I also get a bonus.
It's
One
cutting
keep
out.
0 to the total.
Okay.
God damn it! Why does this happen randomly? Like, it's fine most of the time, and then just
Yeah.
anyway. Basically, I get 1 extra dice to the total of all attack roll on my first melee attack against in a skirmish.
Yep. It moves to a skirmish once it hits initiative in Kenjutsu.
All right, so I get 1 bonus dice. I also have an emphasis of katana.
TN for you will be 40.
40. I do, when attacking, I get a free raise.
Okay, so 35.
35. Okay. For all the marbles, once more. That was a lot of dice. No,
We
none of that.
move. Takashi's head is just not in this. Once again, it's completely shaken by Akari without a mask, and we go to Akari, who has once more an opportunity to strike.
All right.
This is now agility and Kenjutsu. If you don't have Kenjutsu, it's agility unskilled. And Mark, I imagine without armor, your TN is 20.
Yes. TN is 20.
Oh,
So close.
we watch as her blade comes up, and we see Takashi just back up enough to watch the blade go right by him. These are rebated weapons, so these wouldn't be killing blows, but man, would that have hurt. We move to Takashi again, once more, in initiative order.
I do lower the difficulty, however, as my opponent did not raise against me, I do not get my bonus die.
Okay. So 35 TN again?
35 TN. Kenjutsu. Emphasis. Let's go.
And Akari.
23.
This is, yep.
Agility again.
Yep. You were so close last time. So close last time.
Might do. You can alternately use a void to just add an additional.
Yep. Yep, 1 keep 1. Unskilled. Yep. That would give you 4 keep 4 unskilled.
Okay. Yeah.
Or
might
make
as
it
well.
skilled, correct?
Yeah. Yep. Either
Yeah,
or.
I did that last time, and
It was so close.
not that it would. Of course, now
It was
that
so
I
close.
say
If you
that,
get a
it probably
10,
works
though,
this-
it's infinite.
You're gonna get like all 10s.
I'll just use it for, and I'll do unskilled, but I'll just use a void
Okay.
to just add the extra.
As the two combatants continue to go at it, we move back to Okoto-san. TN 35.
A point of order. How long does the wind armor last?
3 rounds.
Okay.
So this will be the last one, I think.
Yep.
Alright.
I've been tracking.
Okay. Kenjutsu. Emphasis.
Well, that might do it. Oh! 1
By
off.
1.
Yeah. You
Oh my God.
you
So
feel so certain that your strike's going to land true, and your sword just seems to just like slightly slip away, like it slightly misses her. You know, like you're left dumbfounded by why you failed to hit her. Sorry. We're back to you.
One more time. All right. Agility. It is. Yep. Okay.
Watch 3 10s come out now.
Nope.
No. All right. The TN has dropped officially to 20.
I'll drop to 20. Yep.
At 20, I get a free raise from Way of the Lion.
15. I think people are impressed that Akari has been like managed to avoid being hit all these times. But finally,
26.
Takashi.
We'll do it.
You land the first strike. And that is all that is required. Now, I will say, sir, because you didn't call for raises against no damage, you do have to strike the one you have fallen for. So I need, what is your strength 2, right? So 5 keep 2 damage. Yep. 5 keep 3 damage, actually, and then half.
5 keep 3. Shit!
It's halved. It's halved, right? Rebated weapons. Yeah. So 14 damage. Yeah.
How much? 14?
14.
How much do I have?
You'll see on your right-hand side, you count that upward.
Oh, okay,
so
14. That's...
Are you hurt? Is that where you're at?
I'm hurt on the border of injured.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's a pretty bad strike.
So yeah, injured for me would be a 15. So it's...
Yeah. Right. And then after injured comes crippled. So this is like this is between injured and grazed. So this is a stinging blow. It's enough to get a verbal wince from Akari, and she kind of doubles over as the strike lands.
Yeah, she'll probably fall.
Akodo would immediately drop his weapon and then go to try and catch her.
Matsu yells, Akodo-san, as you dishonorably drop your weapon to the ground.
Yeah.
You lose a point of honor for letting your weapon go and favoring the heart instead.
I will note he has true love, so if he decided not to do this, I'd have to spend my only void point.
Yep.
I don't want to do that.
Welcome to poor choices, or poor options, I should say. Yeah.
Poor choice.
Yeah.
That's it, right? That's...
Indeed. I put the wrong person as the victor, though, 1 second. The victor is... in one way. In the other way, it was Akari.
He doesn't feel like he won. He didn't win.
But I think Ari, regardless, will just if he catches her, she'll kind of take a little bit of assistance, but kind of push herself to her feet and just bow again, probably holding wherever she was hit, and just say, "Did well. It was an honor."
You did well. Truly, you were one of the greatest opponents I have faced. He bows.
And
Next time.
And then he kind of realizes he dropped his sword.
Yeah.
It's just lying on the ground.
You see Chaharu. Chaharu's the meme. She's just staring at you like this. Do you have any last input? If not, I will move on to the next match.
She just says good luck in the final round. I'll be rooting for you.
Thank you.
Mask back on.
Next up, Hida Danzo versus Shinjo Haruko.
Must I be forced to duel these unicorns again?
Hida-san. She kind of is sort of like trying to get herself loose and ready, and then when she's done, she moves into stance.
She is one of the famous archer clans, correct? Of Unicorn?
I think the Shinjo are good with bow, if memory serves. Yes.
Horses, too.
I just thought they had a particular group that was essentially Amazon warriors or Valkyries kind of thing, and I'm asking, is she...
No, that was the Otaku. That was the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, one from before. Okay. Yeah. Then he doesn't make any comment back. He'll just gear up.
Okay. All right. We... Ijutsu... Nope. So, first thing first is focus roll. So, Ijutsu and... The assessment roll, right? Ijutsu and awareness.
Awareness. Awareness, then void, then reflex.
Correct. All right, when you're ready, sir, she will not be raising.
Okay, then he won't either.
You fail to hit your 15. She gets 1 on you, but does not beat you by 10. So that's good for you. She will ask your void. Your current void. How many void you got left?
Current is 1.
Okay. We move into focus. Ijutsu and void.
Who's going first?
Whenever you're ready, we both make this roll.
Okay.
Ooh. You beat her, not by 10, but by 5, which means you get first strike.
Switch to reflexes. Can I know her TN ahead of time?
No.
Just debating if I should use a void, my last void or not. I'm gonna hold it.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. You failed to strike. She now rolls Ijutsu and reflexes. Tian is similar to yours. What is your reflexes?
At 2.
She has to hit a 15. I will note at this point, she is unskilled. I'm not getting the unskilled option. Weird. I think if I just go up here, let me try this. There we go. She connects on Danzo exactly, just specifically. We see Danzo come out of the stance first, quicker, just barely missing her. She sort of flexes back and strikes you under the arm for 9 damage. The dream fight for the fans of Danzo versus Takashi has been dashed. Shinjo Haruko.
Still time after the tournament.
Shinjo Haruko advances. The next step. Is there anything you want to say or do, Danzo, actually?
No, I mean, I guess like off-screen-ish, if he had the little zoom-up moment, what good is this new power if it's all he must rely on? For those that might wonder why he didn't access it again. He doesn't want to lean on the power wholeheartedly.
And as you think that, you hear in your head, but we are one now. A retort to your thought, which you did not expect.
I did not.
We move to Moto... Oh, go ahead. Okay. We move to Motobatu versus Shibasakune. Batu and Sakune. We move into the awareness, or the, not awareness, it is awareness, but the assessment phase using Ijutsu and awareness. I will note that she just looks to Batu, offers a slight bow. Respectful, but nothing reverent. Nothing reverent. Just a simple bow.
Yeah, Batu will bow back and throwing a glance towards Danzo, kind of as a friendly spite. He'll say, I am honored to face another one of the Phoenix.
She will not raise. Doesn't really matter, she failed. So you get to ask her one question.
I want to know her Iajutsu.
It's 2. We move into focus, which is Ijutsu and Void. A low roll, my friend. She scores exactly enough by 5 to get first strike on you. Or first strike attempt. Now we move to strike. Ijutsu and reflexes. Batu, your reflexes are 3 if memory serves, so you have a 20 target number. She has to hit you with 5 keep 3. And the 10 does it. Batu, my friend, you made it into the second round, but it ends here for you. The focused samurai simply bows in your direction.
He will give her the usual Batu. Bow.
We cut to the last battle of this portion. Doji Yuna versus Matsu Chaharu. Chaharu looks like a lion that just caught their prey. Probably just from her look, she's been waiting for this moment since the beginning, since the moment she met Yuna. She smiles at you, a hungry smile, and she bows.
Yuna gives her own winning smile behind her fan before just sliding it to the side and tapping her fingers before bowing as well.
Very good. We move into the assessment phase. Ijutsu and assessment. Or awareness.
Let's get to roll this with
She
emphasis.
will raise here.
I have to raise, so I will. Yeah.
So she needs to hit a 20, you need to hit a 20. She's... Alright, so we roll here. Ooh. It's a huge roll. And hers is a garbage roll. You're 24, 34, 44.
I think I beat her by 15. At least.
Yeah, it's
A bit more
for...
than 15.
Yeah, for awareness, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Opponent roll by 10 or more, whether or not they gain any information when a character... So you're going to get plus 1, keep 1. I was seeing if that stacks, but it doesn't, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah.
But she fails to hit her number. You succeed at yours, so you get the 1 piece of information. Or, yeah, you get 1 piece of information.
What are her reflexes?
2.
Okay.
All right. Now we move into focus phase, which is Ijutsu and Void.
Using perfection raise. I don't know if it counts here, but I'm gonna say it rather than risk auto fail.
Yes, you say it. That's fine. It doesn't really do a lot for this one. I will note that she has Heart of Vengeance Crane as well, which is why the two of them have been such fast friends this whole time.
Yeah. I'm not surprised given the political climate.
So this is a 1 keep 1 to her roll. Otherwise, this determines first strike. You may roll when you're ready if you'd like to use your voyage, obviously. Oh, no.
Garbage.
Yuna. Oh, no.
Yeah. It's fine. Wow. Damn. Oh, wait, I was supposed to add something to that one?
Plus 1 keep 1, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
You should do that. You should do that, though, because it's...
Just in case it's...
Get 10.
Yeah.
I can't see what you rolled.
1K1. I promise. I don't think it rolled.
Type 1K1. Enter.
I did. I think it might be case sensitive. There we go. It hit 10, but it is not 810. Oh wait, that was no. Yeah. So my total would have been 10.
My total's a 10, so she beats you by 25?
25,
Not count.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first one... Ooh. So the first one goes to her striking first, and then the next 4 go to free raises.
Okay, my armor's a 25, so that means she has to hit a 5, right?
Yeah. This is the
Okay,
case when a
yeah.
focus roll goes off, unfortunately.
No, that's fine. That's how it is.
These aren't meant to be crazy numbers, too. Certain people are good at certain things and bad at others. I will note her reflex is only 2.
Do we both roll the reflexes, or?
She goes first, and then if she fails, you roll. Odds are pretty unlikely. She would have to basically roll straight ones.
Yeah.
Chiharu moves quickly. Yuna, focused on her form, Yuna can hear her in her own mind, no, you did that wrong. You need to focus. You need to... And before you know it, the match is over. You feel the sting of defeat.
Does she do damage to me?
Yes. Oh, that's not too bad. 15 damage. 16 damage.
16. I think I'm grazed.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So at graze, yes, you're okay. You feel the sting of it, the sting of the loss. I don't know which one hurts more.
I think she smiles, although this is probably the first time it looks forced. And she bows gracefully, looks up through her perfectly swept bangs. A good fight. Congratulations. And then bows, grabs her fan. She's smoking and exits.
She bows, but there, you know that look. She is only doing that because her honor demands it. She'd rather spit than bow, but she'd bow all the same.
Yuna makes it a point to go lower.
Yeah.
Than her.
Yeah. There's a sting of loss as we realize that the crane have not moved out of the second round. The 2 lion remain. But there's still hope for those that hate the lion. And a phoenix and a unicorn. Unfortunately, the dice went bananas on Bob in the last couple rounds, so we have less PCs here. But fear not, we have at least one. I'm going to move right into that because I know we're nearing an end here. Shinjo Haruko versus Akoto Takashi.
I was so excited I closed my browser. Hold on, loading back in. So, first stage.
We go into assessment. She will not raise.
Ijutsu. Awareness. I get no bonuses for this. She wouldn't happen to have Crane ancestry.
No. Not that you're aware of.
Oh.
Wow.
You beat me.
Wow, okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. It's less than 5. So all that means is... Or less than 10. So you simply both get one thing from each other. She's curious about your unspent void.
Single point.
What do you...
Tell me... What is her reflexes?
3.
Okay.
We move into focus. Jujutsu and void.
Would I get my bonus for Way of the Lion? As this isn't... Is this an attack?
No. Not till the strike.
No. That's correct. Ooh. Do I want to spend a void point here? No, I'm going to do it straight. I'm going to risk it.
Okay.
I need that void for the final round. Oh, that was a low roll. It was 16.
You fail to meet your target.
Actually, it was decent.
No, that's straight. How'd that work again? Let me just reread that. So focus.
Just
It's yeah, but there is a goal of 20, right? Or of your reflexes times 5 plus 5 for that, right?
That
Or
wasn't
am
the
I wrong?
attack, though.
Oh,
No,
right.
that was the attack.
Right, this is just contested. There is no failure roll. There's no failure. Okay, so I'm gonna roll hers now. Forget the 3. So that is a 12. That puts you both within
12,
5.
Within 5, so this is a straight up changing of blows.
This is a straight up changing of blows. Reflexes versus reflexes with Ijutsu. And we see where this goes.
I get to lower. I get a free race because she is attacking me.
Okay.
All right.
You're lowering the TN.
Yes. I'm lowering the 10 by 5. I am going to spend a void point.
Okay. She is going to do the same.
I got a 44.
You are likely the victor. You are very much the
Oh, I've
victor.
got nothing to worry about. Never mind.
You both deal your strikes. Yours is faster. So we do damage to each other of either 6 keep 2 or 6 keep 3. I think for you it's 5 keep 3, I mean, and she does 6 keep 2 to you.
3. It actually might be 6 because I have 3 dots in Kenjutsu.
Yeah, 6 keep 3 for you then.
Yeah.
You take 9 damage from her, so it doesn't nothing crazy. It's possible to kill someone in this if the dice went up.
Less likely. Yeah. No. She takes 11. I take 9. That's not even enough to take me to Nate.
All right. Congratulations, Takashi. You advance to the final bout.
He does the...
Shinjo Haruko bows. She does not have the Ijutsu skill. She made it far greater than she wanted to.
Yeah. Takashi would bow and would say, "You have done extremely well."
Thank you, Makoto-san. We move to Matsuchaharu versus Shiba Sukune, but we're going to put that on break for a couple minutes. I'm going to sim this. Everyone will be back in 3 minutes, and we'll deal with the champion, followed by a little bit of role play as we close. And I'll check in with folks and see who has to go and such. But we'll be back soon. Hang out. You'll see my rolls. Don't worry, folks. I know you'll see my rolls. Don't worry about it. See you soon. All right, and we're back to see the very end, which has come to a very interesting end. Shiba Sukune versus Matsuchaharu for the other side of the bracket. Now both have a focus within 1 point, so both will be striking at the same time. Since it's come down to this, Chaharu will be spending a void point. Sukune will not. Chaharu's Ijutsu roll. This should be 6. Keep 3. We'll see if it rolls right. Yep.
That's a hit, I think.
But they both get to strike, so it's the highest roll.
Yeah.
Chaharu and then Sukune.
Oh boy! Oh my gosh!
Chaharu has defeated me, saving her school ability to use 2 void at once in hopes that she could face Sakoto Takashi in the finals. But that didn't work out so well, as the Lion dominate the Topaz Championship. We now have Matsuchaharu versus Akoto Takashi.
What an underdog story.
0 to hero.
Chaharu steps forward and she looks at Takashi and she says, "My honor will not allow me to do anything but defeat you here, Makoto-san."
Neither does mine, and I would not respect any other from you. Face me as a true Matsu, and I will face you as a true Akoto.
Perfect. Now, as we go into the assessment, she will raise once.
I will not.
Because she's overconfident.
It will be her undoing. Awareness. Jutsu. Emphasis.
Ooh.
Ooh, 15, low roll.
You get what you needed, though. And she does not. By 2. She misses it by 2. Despite that, you won't get a 1 keep 1, but you will get to ask your free question, and she will not be able to ask 1 in return.
What is her current void?
1.
Shit. Oh boy.
We move to the next phase. Focus.
I think this is going to be for all the marbles. My hand is shaking. I can't click the thing on my mouse.
Chaharu will be spending her 1 void here.
Not surprised.
Oh.
16.
Oh, no.
She can beat that.
She can beat that. She is rolling a 6 keep 3. thanks to the void.
Keep 63. Come on. Yeah.
She gets first strike with 1 free raise.
She has a 15, which she is probably going to do.
I will note that her
We should
reflexes are 2. So there is a chance.
If she gets 110,
If she gets
she
110.
just gets 110.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, it's possible. We will see. Here we go. Ready? This is for the fight, for the championship, because we're almost for sure going to see Akoto win otherwise. Oh.
Yeah, she hits.
Matsuchiharu is the victor today. But the lion win everything for this tournament. I will send out the link for the seeding. It was auto seeding based on the website I used for this, just so people can see that the bracket was not aimed towards any sort of drama. It was just random, and then we let the story work out the way it worked out. Less random, more seeding based on where you placed in the other part. But I'll send out the seeding because it's consistent. Chiharu, one of the more obnoxious characters, one of the more obnoxious NPCs, has made it to Topaz Champion with Takashi within reach, having gone through so much, including knocking out the person he cares for the most, only to fall short.
It's his life story.
Chiharu looks confident, overconfident. She looks confident as she bows to you.
Takashi would bow in response. Okay.
You know this look. You know that the Matsu have been on the rise ever since Arisao's defeat. And Totori, your clan champion, making nice with the crane, speaks a different language than what the lion feel should be spoken now. One of war. Her victory means that, symbolically, that there is a favored war over a favored peace. She looks to the Emperor and all the clan champions. The Herald offers a bow. And the scene cuts forward to see her adorning the topaz armor. We're going to do some scenes here as we move away from this. Before I do this, I want to do a quick check-in. Does anyone have to leave before a half hour from now? Okay. Then let's do some neat scenes. If I cut these off or make them short, it's because we have 8 players, and I'm sorry in advance. But we have a lot to go through. We see Chiharu and Saburo for a moment. Saburo looks to Chiharu and frowns and says, "We're adults now. Despite how that went, we're adults. Congratulations." Did I say the wrong name again? I didn't. Didn't I say Chiharu? Did I do that, or did I say Yuna? Doji Yuna. God damn.
Said Chiharu.
You said Chiharu.
Yeah. Doji Yuna. Saburo looks to you and says what I just said there.
Indeed. We did our best. We made it. And we lost to those who had been training the hardest to defeat us. So we've made an impression.
If I've learned anything about the Matsu, she will mistake us in battle much the same as their fallen champion has.
That's why we will continue to do what we do best. And just be underestimated.
Indeed. With that, we see... Oh, go ahead.
Nobody expected me to get this far. I
He gives
hope
you a
that
nod. He says, I
made my
did.
family proud.
Yeah, I did. Doji-san.
She smiles, but hides it behind her fan. Thank you. I'm sure we will speak of your achievements in court as well.
Back to Orosanuchi then.
Familiar territory. At last.
We see in a vignette, we see Jaharu, as time advances forward, entering back into the beautiful city of walls upon walls. And the governor waiting for her as she rejoins an adult. There's a smile on his face. We cut to Batu.
Yes.
After having said goodbye to those that are present. We see you riding, welcomed alongside the other two unicorn. As you arrive back to the unicorn lands, you're welcomed in a ceremony by your clan champion, who names you by name, each of you, as being successful in the Topaz tournament. But when he mentions Haruko, he says, and my daughter, or not Haruko, yes, Shinjo Haruko, yes. My daughter, Shinjo Haruko. And you recall thinking, I recognize her from somewhere. And now that's set in. We watch as Batu joins back with his brother once more, this time as an adult.
I think he's all grins. Batu's happy. He's seen his long friend Danzo. They didn't win, but I'm sure that they will meet at some point in the future. He embraces his brother. And I think I don't even have to say anything. I think they just mount their horses and just set off in the steppe. Just living their very happy nomadic life.
Rather than run his hand over your head in a noogie type fashion or flicking your ear as he's done in the past, you receive a bow, a sign of adulthood and respect.
I guess then that will be the second time that Batu gives a proper bow to someone.
We see Miyamoto Kazumi. We see him climbing a great mountain alone. At the top, we see a temple. There are simple monks here, all covered in tattoos. As he arrives, we see a man amongst them. Stands a great head taller than the rest. He looks to Kazumi with a knowing nod, seeing no daisho at your daisho peace sign at your side because you are forbidden to wear it proper. This is your clan champion, Takashi Yakune.
Miyamoto bows very deeply. Thank you for accepting me.
Do you wish to join the order, my son? Or is your heart still with that of the samurai?
I've spent time with samurai. I've spent time with those who cast magic, and I don't feel like I fit in either of those places. But here, up in the mountains, between the ancient stone, is where I feel immersed at home.
We see him hand you a small blade meant to shave your head.
Miyamoto grabs the top of the knot at the back of the head, and with one clean slice, shaves it off.
We see in its place, as the camera kind of pans around and there's sort of that skip forward of time, we see on the back of his head the tattoo of the dragon. And his name has turned from Miyamoto to Togashi. We skip forward to, or we cut over to Mayumi at this point. Mayumi, you return home with Sukune, and we lost somebody.
Yes, Miami.
They turned their camera off, I think. They're still there.
We will cut forward and see what happens there. Actually, I don't want to risk it because it's going to mess up all the cameras while I talk. And I don't want that to happen. So give it a minute. We see Mayumi turn to look for Shiba Sukune, ready to depart back to the Phoenix Lands. But Sukune looks to you, Mayumi, and nods and says, I'm afraid this is where our paths diverge. And you see, as she exits, you see someone who's quite familiar to you waiting for her. You see the one you've modeled yourself after, Yasawa Tadaka. As his Yojimbo walks to him, he tips his straw hat your way, the brim of his straw hat your way, and a slight bow, and then moves to walk off with Shiba Sukune, as is Yojimbo. We see another figure approach Mayumi. It is Doji Hattori, and he smiles at Mayumi and says, have you ever seen Kaiuden Doji? Or Kaiuden Doji? Or it might be Doji Palace, actually. Doji Palace, we'll say.
Azak, Mayumi will look somewhat confused. And no.
Oh. I must insist that you do. If you would be willing, you could join my entourage as we return back that way.
Mayumi's face is a little bit They watch their teacher and the Yujimbo walk away, and there's a moment of hesitation before she remembered what she was taught, and they say, "Well, I would be highly honored, Doji-sama. This is
Excellent.
where my path must lead."
With that, we see he who entered on the Imperial barge. Instead, they have ponies, and we see the crew with Mayumi embark for Kyuden Doji. We cut forward, or cut to another scene now. We see Koto Takashi. There's a scene here where you stand in front of Koto Totori, your clan champion. And he looks to you and says, "You did what was needed, and you made us all very proud."
He bows low, but then he would pause for a moment as he would pull something forth and offer it to the clan champion. And it is the white feather from before, but it has been dipped in red. And he says, "If you may allow me to speak out of turn."
I will hear your words.
You may have forgiven the crane. The lion has not. He then bows his head. Very low, and very much of a, "Please forgive my words," but he still means them.
Most Akodo samurai would demand some sort of retribution for that. But out of the eyes and ears of others, Totori keeps a stern face, and when Takashi leaves him, he frowns. We see his eyes move about as he calculates everything that is to come. And we move forward to Yogo Akari. We see Akari as an adult walking through a forest, a similar forest to the one we saw at the very beginning, the very first episode. As we see her walk down through into the village nearby. You see the old lady going about her washing of her clothes. She looks roughly the same age as she did when Akari was a young girl. She looks up at you and smiles.
Sama.
Everything went as planned then.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm an adult now. I did not need to rely on last resorts this time.
That is good. Last resort should be kept well out of the eyes and ears of the Emperor, or any who serve him directly.
Indeed.
Have you learned anything of your betrothal?
Would she have heard since then anything else
No.
about it?
Nothing yet.
She would say, not. No, not since I learned that there was a betrothal to be spoken of at all. Do you know something?
Oh, little one. I know only what I can see. This is a common statement she has, probably the most aggravating one she's ever said to you throughout the years. You haven't heard it in a few years, though.
What do you see then?
It's dangerous. But then again, so are you.
I am. I intend to be more dangerous. Always.
She smiles at you and she says, then perhaps it's time for more lessons.
I'm ready.
We see the old lady. She takes a blade in her hand and she spills a drop of blood from her wrist and swirls it in the water as we cut away from the scene. We cut over now to Hida Danzo. We see him catching up on the road to Akari's mother. Akari's mother looks to have been held back a bit from the rest of the Scorpion entourage that left. Hida-san.
Scorpion Domo. Are you having trouble keeping up with your entourage?
Oh, I stopped to look at the beautiful sights of the Crane Lands. I was curious, though, since I heard rumors that you are the one named to betroth my daughter. What is the name of your father, Danzo-san?
Lord Hachi is my father. Has been my father for... he's my father.
I see. There's a sense of knowing in her eyes as she looks at you. Almost a mark of recognition. And she says, very good then, Danzo-san.
Do you know something? If I may ask a question of you, I'm not sure if custom would dictate I can speak so openly, but I simply cannot trust those in my own clan to give me an honest answer.
Oh, but the Crab are known for their honesty.
That's what I'm told as well. But around my house, around my family, no one seems to acknowledge this question. I am eternally grateful and shameful for me to say, but Lord Hachi treats me different than his other children. He embraces them. He has not embraced me in quite some time. And I hear rumors that he once had a brother. So my question to you, Scorpion Domo, would you know if Hachihida has Any siblings? Hidahachi, I should have said, sorry.
It's all good. I'm afraid that there isn't much in the way of information I can provide you, Danzo-san. But if I were in your shoes, I would be most curious about that question as well.
I've heard small rumors, but nothing substantial. And please don't mention to Lord Hachi that I question this. He does not like me to bring this subject up outside of the house, much less inside of the house. And I guess I apologize for my unworthiness to carry through in winning the Topaz tournament.
You did what you could, as we all do. Congratulations on your Gempukku. And do send your mother my goodwill.
I can do that. Thank you.
There's something left in you with the rumors that you've heard. A confusion. Things have never felt quite right. But you know something's there. An answer that isn't being spoken. A shame, perhaps, it's being hidden. The crab aren't known for it, but they're also not without it. Everyone hides their shame in the end. And we cut away from that scene in that moment to Kazumaru. Kazumaru, I need a willpower roll from you.
Absolutely. Unskilled? Or just hit roll?
You can just hit roll.
13.
You stay behind at the request of the wasp archer. You stay behind in Tsuma, practicing your bow. And when you find the spare time, you return to your kata inside the dojo. And when there's time, you enjoy a simple drink, maybe one or two, before bed. But the haunting remains. The last stream is different. As you see the Badger Daimyo, his ghost, we see it flashes forward once more. And then there's a scuffle. And a grunt, a shout. And you hear the sound of cold steel being pulled. You feel the warmth of blood. As you come to over the waterway in Tsuma, a scorpion's corpse floating in the water. And in the reflection, it's not your body. It's the Badger's. The Badger Daimyo. You wake up. And you take a breath. It's just a dream. But when you raise your fingers up to go reach for perhaps some water, you feel something dry on your hands, crust, and you bring your hand to the light and you see blood. You know this time it wasn't a dream. You know enough about the restless dead, to know that sometimes they can take hold of those who are weak of will, those who have lost sleep, those who have drank, those who have been incapable of fending them off. And you know that the daimyo of the Badger got his revenge through your hand. What do you do, my friend, in these moments?
Kazumaru will sit there, look at the crust in his hand, play with it. Quickly do a scan around the room, seeing what other evidence may lie. And then he'd go about and just making sure that he'd clean it all off. And then he'd just look in the mirror, and he'd say, "Got your revenge."
You feel the presence leave you at that moment. You're alone again.
Just, he's saying in his mind as the spirit's leaving, "Tell others I'm open for business. I'll be your hand."
We see... Do you return to the Falcon, or do you take a bit of a Misha Shugyo, a bit of a Wanderer's Ronin trek, perhaps?
He does. But before he leaves, he grabs an apple. And ever so often, you'll see him lean against a tree, eating it. As he disappears on the direction he's going.
We cut back for one brief moment to Danzo as he receives his new assignments as an adult. You've been assigned to the personal escort of the Kuni Daimyo, Kuni Yokoi.
It will be an honor.
We see as you enter the palace of the Kuni, you see the painted man turns to you, a renowned figure within the crab, and he looks at you, and it's like he's looking through you as he smiles. Your secret is safe with me, Hida-san. We'll use it. Use it for the crab.
How can you know such things?
I've spent a very long time studying such things. My whole life. It's my one true mission.
Are there others like me?
There are some. Some who face corruption. Others who have willingly given their name. Did you give your name, Danzo-san? To the Oni?
I don't recall.
Then it seems we have more work to do than expected. I will be going to Orosanuchi soon. And it would please me very much if you would be in my company.
Yes, Kuni-sama. It will be my honor
we cut away for this last moment to the clan champion of the Scorpion. As he stands up, we see him walk back into the greater palace proper, where not only his wife, but his wife's look-alike both stand garbed in her clothing beside him. And he turns and he looks to them, and then to Dairu, his son, a firm hand on his shoulder. It will be this year. Prepare yourselves. And they all like bow and say, Sama. And with that, we cut away for the end of the Topaz tournament. The year is 1123. This is our season 1, maybe our forever, but I do want to offer everyone a proper shout out since it's the closing of at least this season. If people like this enough and they show enough interest and they let us know in the comments and other places that they are interested, perhaps we'll be back with season 2 in Otosan Uchi. But for now, this has been the Topaz tournament, and I'm going to go ahead and kick this off with the Cat's Meow.
I am Mark, aka the Cat's Meow. You can find me on my own, the Cat's Meow Show. I'm cutting in and out, aren't I? But hello, I'm here. Nice to meet you guys. I hope you've enjoyed. If you like TTRPGs, why don't you come join me on my channel? A lot of Vampire the Masquerade content. I run some vampire games, some Dark Ages games, and soon enough I will have more vampire games, one being a vampire game about those who are newly embraced, new to the whole dynamic of it. And the other one will be the other side of the vampire with the witch hunters. And that's all coming soon. Hopefully some of that came through.
Yeah, most of it. I would have asked you for more if it didn't. We cut over to Sorcery Arts.
Hey guys, I'm Rie. I played Yogo Akari. It was lots of fun. I do a lot of other stuff. I stream sometimes on my own channel, drawing. I stream with Mortal Rolls. We're on our break right now, but we'll be back in August. That's Monday nights on the Cat's Meow channel right now with House of Tremere, and I guest streaming with Crit Crafters in their Tuesday Curse of Strahd game, which is also very fun. Come join me for any of it.
Awesome. Cleansing Rain.
Hey, Cleansing Rain. I haven't streamed in about 7.5 months, and that could be about to change. It also could not be. I haven't fully decided yet. Life's been going in super fast forward ever since, but in all the best ways. I had a blast doing this. Really, my only second time branching out of D&D when it comes to roleplay. I guess I've played some online roleplay games, but tabletop roleplays, this really fun, spectacular group that you've assembled for this, Bob. And I don't have much else to say other than I enjoyed myself and send it on to the next one.
Awesome. Tone. Professor Tone.
Hey everybody, you got it right. I'm Tone. Professor Tone is when I wear the glasses. You can catch me on Mortal Rolls, where I lead some fallen gods normally, but this time around they're playing their god selves and they're going through Tartarus. We're on our summer break as reset, and we're going to be coming back in August, and we'll be kicking that off again. Such a pleasure to be here, getting to know you all, taking time. Bob, my goodness, thank you for the invitation. This was absolutely lovely. And of course, I'll be joining Crit Crafters in October doing an Aliens RPG. So that's going to be fun. So stick around for Halloween. Aliens.
Nice. GM of Revan.
Part of my struggles this night has been I have been double muted.
Ah,
So that's been my struggle. But my name is GM of Revan. You can call me in. I make maps. I have played games on Bob's channel. And it's been such a pleasure and honor to hang out with these lovely people who have been incredibly amazing role players and people to play this game with. So it's been really good. I like finding out new systems, and Bob's got me hooked on the system. I even just asked Rebecca details about the Grey Clan. And I'm like, wait, I could probably look this up. But that said, thank you. Oh,
Awesome.
and you can find me on my I stream. That's that.
And I will shout all these folks out, but I have to deal with all the stupid time stuff in between. We move to Matt.
I'm Matt from All Things Fantasy, and I do a lot of Pathfindery stuff. So I stream my own channel, Pathfinder Rise of the Runelords, which is Pathfinder 2nd Edition that I've converted from Pathfinder 1st Edition. And you can find me in a bunch of other places, but it's been really great to be here on Bob's Table. As everyone said, it was an amazing game. Everyone here is incredible, and thank you for the experience. It's been fantastic.
Awesome. Yampa.
Oh my. Hey guys, it's Yampa. I'm not as talented or cool as all of these other individuals here. I'm just happy to have been invited to this L5R mini campaign. It was awesome. Loved all of you guys. I wish that we could have repeated a little bit more, but that's maybe for next season. Hint, hint, wink. You can catch me on Fridays, Pendragon. We'll see what happens with that too. And I think we're working out something with Mark as well, so you might see me over there as well. But yeah, awesome. Love you guys, and hope to see you back, I guess.
Awesome. And then we go to Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and Yampa, you take that back because you're fantastic and we all adore you. But yes, I am Rebecca, and I have been Yuna, aka Chiharu, for this tournament. But yes, I stream with Mark and with Bob in various games. I'm part of the Pendragon game on Bob's channel, and I gonna be part of a couple upcoming shows for Mark soon. And if you want to check back the Isle of the Damned backlog on his channel, you'll find me there playing a La Sombra. But yes, looking forward to more games, looking forward to potentially more Legends of the Five Rings if we do another season.
Hint, hint, nudge.
Hint, hint, nudge, wink, wink, say no more.
Yes, and if we do that, we might get a little more creative with how we shake this up. Perhaps it won't be all 8 people at once. It might be waves of people and certain things with some kind of grand finale. We shall see. But if you are interested in, if you liked what you saw here, if you're interested in a particular event, you can look up in the year 1123 of Legend of the Five Rings that most of the game is pretty much well known for. That would be what we're moving into for the next season. But yeah, so I'm Bob. We do Pendragon on my stream normally here 3 times a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. I'm off this following week on vacation, and this game is over. I am looking at potentially starting up something again, though I'll probably give myself some grace into August before I do. It would be another short campaign, and probably not Legend of the Five Rings. Current front runner right now is H.P. Lovecraft's Call of Cthulhu, The Dreamlands. So we will see if I go that route or not, and whether or not we do that, because I have to learn a lot more about the dream cycle before I do. But if we do, that will be the plan. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to go to the BRB screen while I see if there's any Night Owls streaming that we can raid out. It's been lovely having you along. Fantastic cast, and thanks again, everyone. Take care.